Secretaries General, Directors General, foreign heads of mission and representatives of international organizations, senior government officers, Adjunct Professor Architect Adrianta Aziz, President of the Malaysian Institute of Architects. Yang berbahagia Datuk Vincent Lim, President of CIS Network Sdn Bhd. Yang berbahagia Datuk Arkitek Azman bin Mat Hashim, President of Lembaga Arkitek Malaysia. Architects Regional Council Asia Office Bearers and Committee Chairman, PAM Office Bearers, past Presidents on Council and Council members, industry partners and supporting organizations, media partners, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the opening ceremony of the ASEAN-China Ministerial Roundtable on Construction and Housing, AMROC and Archidex 2024. My name is Renee Fong and I'm your MC this afternoon. Archidex 2024 is strongly supported by Malaysia Convention and Exhibition Bureau, MICEP, an agency under the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Malaysia. MICEP serves as a central hub to assist meeting and event planners to bid and stage international business events in Malaysia and act as a conduit for national product development to all local and international organizers. Business events is a catalyst for socio-economic growth and helps to elevate the lives of the professional and local communities in Malaysia. Now, to begin today's ceremony, let's take a look at a video presentation of MICEP. Archidex is Asia's leading architecture business event. Established in year 2000, Archidex is an event of Kuala Lumpur Architecture Festival Club that combines a strategic trade exhibition with the Datum Architecture Conferences. Now with that, let's take a look at a video presentation of Archidex.
Architects shape societies, revolutionize the building industry, and transform environments for a better future. Celebrating SPAM centennial last year was a testament to our enduring legacy. And now, as we enter the next century of Pertubuhan Arkitek Malaysia, PAM, we pledge with a renewed vision to design Malaysia's architectural tomorrow.
Exhibitions drive innovation, trade opportunities, unite industry players, and create platform for a prosperous future. At Archidex, we will move forward into the future of architecture, so building professionals across Asia can meet, exchange knowledge, and source for new products, materials, and technological advancements. Our shared commitment aims to position the industry towards progress. With 700 exhibitors, 10 halls, and 6 international pavilions, we are expecting 40,000 visitors from over 100 countries and over 1 billion ringgit in business transactions.
With the concurrent datum, conferences, forums, talks, and regional association meetings, we will steer the nation and the region towards opportunities and growth.
At Archidex, we support visionaries, leaders, and the trade to foster connections, spark business collaborations, and inspire progress.
This event is more than an exhibition. It is catalyst for change and a celebration when we unite with a common purpose at the Kuala Lumpur Architecture Festival.
It is an honor for Archidex to collaborate with the Ministry of Housing and Local Government for MROC, and we extend our gratitude and a warm welcome to our Prime Minister, Minister of Housing and Local Government, and the ministers from the ASEAN member states and China to Archidex.
Together, let us continue to do more and shape the future of the architectural industry in Malaysia, Asia, and beyond.
Yes, a round of applause. Now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, may we invite Yang Berhormat Tuan Nga Ko Ming, the Minister of Housing and Local Government of Malaysia, to deliver his welcoming address.
Salam Malaysia Madani, a very good afternoon. His Excellency, the Right Honourable Datuk Seri Anwar bin Ibrahim, Prime Minister of Malaysia, Honourable and distinguished ministers, ambassadors, senior officials, dignitaries and delegates from ASEAN countries and People's Republic of China, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me a great pleasure to deliver opening remarks at the ASEAN-China Ministerial Roundtable on Construction and Housing, AMROC, and the 23rd International Architecture, Interior Design and Building Exhibition 2024, Archidex. On behalf of Ministry of Housing and Local Government, KPKT, I'm very honored that His Excellency, our Right Honourable Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, Prime Minister of Malaysia, has graciously agreed to officiate AMROC and Archidex today. Let's give a round of applause to Yang Amat Berhormat Prime Minister. Allow me to convey my appreciation to my fellow ASEAN ministers and to the delegations from the ASEAN family. I'm also very happy to welcome my fellow minister and the delegation from the People's Republic of China. We are delighted and honored to have all of you here. Selamat datang. And as we say in Malaysia, I quote the famous quote of our prime ministers, 我们都是一家人. We are one family. I'm indeed happy and honored to see so many familiar faces from the housing and construction industry, including built environment professionals throughout ASEAN and China. They have literally built on cities, our cities. We look forward to having them strengthen further the ASEAN-China family through greater public-private people partnership. Let us not forget that we are very fortunate to be living in an abode of peace or Darul Aman. Just 4 years ago, we were all locked down by the COVID-19 pandemic. For us here in Malaysia, the pandemic taught us the importance of family ties. We must always put people first, which is the cornerstone of our Madani government. To me, ASEAN and China is like a big family. As the Indonesian proverb goes, keluarga artinya tak ada seorang pun yang tertinggal. Family means no one gets left behind. This is why we are very grateful to be able to welcome all of you to this second ASEAN-China Ministerial Roundtable meeting. It is an opportunity for us to understand the challenges that we share in common, More importantly, it is opportunity for us to strengthen the ties that bind us together as a region. To go far, if you agree with me, we need to go together. The call for member states to coordinate and collaborate is more urgent than ever. Extreme climate events does not respect political borders. Just last month, this region experienced the worst heat wave in living memory. On the opposite side of the Indian Ocean, East Africa experienced its worst flooding in 100 years. At the same time, in all households throughout the world, we are facing ever-increasing cost of living. Every minister present here today can testify to the monumental challenge of providing adequate and affordable housing. But we all know that housing and the equitable provision of basic urban services are the basis for improving the quality of life for all. Honorable Ministers, distinguished delegates, ASEAN is 600 million strong, and collectively, we are approximately 10% of the world GDP for the last 10 years. Since 2020, our biggest trading partner has been China. And 2 years ago, that the total trade between China and ASEAN surpassed US$ 722 billion. The result of our stronger economic ties is rapid urbanization. For instance, the transformation of Shenzhen from a sleepy backwater village in southeastern China to a megapolis is a shared experience for us all. Although industrialization and the manufacturing economy flooded millions of boats, it also concentrated a set of common challenges in ministries whose responsibilities include delivering benefits to the most vulnerable communities. Atmospheric pollution, provision of clean water, waste management, and traffic jams continue to hold us back. Here in Malaysia, we are committed to implement the necessary reform to ensure future growth is sustainable and contribute to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals SDGs. We can do this by integrating sustainable practices as part of the way we do business. This will enhance operational efficiency, meet regulatory requirements, and respond quickly to the growing demand from our citizens. For us at the Ministry of Housing and Local Government, the provision of adequate and affordable housing is always our main priority. Under the 12 Malaysia Plan, we are set to build 500,000 units of affordable houses. To date, we have surpassed half of the target, which is 57.8%, and we will continue to deliver to meet the needs of our people. Ladies and gentlemen, urbanization for us is the engine for equitable growth. As you know, our Malaysia GDP grew from US dollars 239 in year 1963 to approximately US dollar 12,000 today. In that time, absolute poverty was largely eradicated. Shelter and affordable housing continues to be part of our national development policy. Under the People's Housing Project, we have completed 101,000 units of affordable houses for the low-income group. The commitment is ongoing. Under the 2024 budget, we are currently building another 19 new People's Housing Project, including 6,006 units that will benefit approximately 24,000 low-income households. We are now embarking on a new public housing model called the People's Residential Program, PRR. The PRR is envisioned to be well-integrated, sustainable, livable, featuring green spaces, community centers, and also commercially viability. It is often than the provision of a steady supply of houses, but offer residents a place to live, work, and play. It will also incorporate green initiatives to ensure we abide by our commitment for energy transition and low carbon emissions. Ladies and gentlemen, Malaysia continues to make best use of digital technology to help regulate and manage housing development through the in-house developed Housing Integrated Management System, HIMS. This system has significantly reduced the time taken to process developers' license and advertising permits, resulting in a more efficient and transparent process. Additionally, Malaysia has embarked on developing big data analytics for housing, which will help create more effective data-driven policies for better planning. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow we will have the MROC meeting, which will be attended by ministers and senior officials from the ASEAN region and China. The theme for this year's meeting, Building Sustainable Futures, Deepening ASEAN-China Cooperation in Housing and Urban Development for Shared Prosperity. It reflects the region's commitment to enhance collaboration and cooperation for a better and greener future. I am hopeful that we can achieve consensus and set priorities for accelerating the implementation of sustainable urban development both in ASEAN and also China. ASEAN collective achievement in the urban sector serve as a testament to the region's capability to meet and surpass global benchmarks by incorporating the SDGs as an outcome for our development policies. ASEAN can continue to build on its success, setting new benchmarks in the construction and housing industries. The spirit of cooperation within ASEAN, of a willingness to learn from each other and share best practices, should serve as a beacon of inspiration, driving us all towards greater integration of norms and standards for the housing and construction industries. Distinguished delegates, China has been a front runner in technology, consistently pushing the boundaries of innovation and development. I am confident that ASEAN will benefit greatly from increased collaboration and exchange with China. By leveraging China's technological advancements, ASEAN can accelerate its own growth and development across various industries, particularly in construction and housing. What I find impressive is the leap in the use of digital technologies as well as renewable energy, where China is leading the world. Strategic collaboration with China with regards to green construction technologies will help ASEAN and the wider Asia-Pacific region in our collective effort to transition away from fossil fuels. We need smart people to make smart cities work for us. We are also here to celebrate the built environment profession, Archidex. It is a showcase of innovative designs, cutting-edge technologies, and transformative solutions that will shape the future of architecture in this region. By highlighting groundbreaking innovation and sustainable practices, this event aims to inspire and drive the industry forward. Let us leverage the insights and innovation presented here to drive our industry to greater heights and create a lasting impact on the built environment. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to share with you, last year, Malaysia won 9 FIAPSI World Prix the Excellence Award. To celebrate this achievement by housing developers, we have organized a luncheon to honor the winners. This also included the gold medalists from the past decades, which include 21 real estate developers and 35 gold medals winners. Their success not only elevate the standards of the Malaysian real estate industry, but also the people-centered partnership with the private sector needed to achieve sustainable urbanization. Distinguished delegates, as ASEAN economies expand and develops, we must encourage private sector to double its effort to live up to their environment, social and governance (ESG) commitments. For the real estate industry, FIAPSI launched the Global Charter for Real Estate Professionals in May last year. The primary objective of this initiative is to raise awareness among real estate professionals about sustainable, responsible real estate practices. These include the progress our developers has made in offering adequate and make sure affordable housing solution that exceeds current global standards. To ensure that the construction and housing industry continue to be a valued partner that helps us meet the aspiration of future generations, we need a comprehensive and holistic policy on future urban development. Consequently, I've directed our ministry to reassess and update the existing acts and policies to better align with the current and future needs of all Malaysians. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, once again, on behalf of the Ministry of Housing and Local Government, I would like to appreciate the expressions of His Excellency, our highly respected, the Right Honourable Prime Minister of Malaysia, Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, and to welcome all of you to your second home here in Malaysia. I look forward to a lively exchange of ideas. I'm also confident that through this platform, we can contribute to a better future for all. Sekian, terima kasih, 谢谢, Nandrika.
Thank you, Yang Berhormat, for the welcoming address. Now, to move on to the highlight of today's event, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Anwar bin Ibrahim, the Prime Minister of Malaysia, to deliver his officiating speech.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Saudara Ngah Komeng, Menteri Perumahan, Saudara Alexander Natalinggi, Menteri Kerja Raya, Saudara Mr. Ni Hong, Menteri Perumahan Negara China, rakan-rakan menteri-menteri, wakil-wakil dari negara ASEAN, saudara-saudari yang saya muliakan. Saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada Menteri Perumahan dan Kementerian serta Adrian Aziz, Presiden Malaysian Institute of Architects, Vincent Lim of CIS Network dan rakan-rakan yang menyelenggarakan persidangan yang penting. Kita hadapi beberapa cabaran terkini dari segi keperluan meningkatkan usaha pembangunan dan juga menentukan supaya kerangka pembangunan itu tidak menyisihkan mana-mana masyarakat, kalangan masyarakat. Sebab itu perumahan raya industri yang terkait termasuk arkitek punya peranan rangka dasar yang jelas dan merangka bangunan yang serasi dengan tuntutan semasa yang disinggung oleh Menteri sebentar tadi, bukan sahaja keperluan perumahan rakyat tetapi juga keprihatinan terhadap permasalahan persekitaran. So, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, last week, on the occasion of cable car production in Bukit Bendera, the beautiful scenic view in Penang, I referred to the comment by Mark Twain when he first visited Washington, D.C. What was his remark? Impressive design and buildings, new constructions, but culturally barren. This, I think, is very relevant in the context of our discourse, that we need to ensure that we proceed with developmental efforts, which means new plans, new construction, covering housing and all required buildings in a modern setup. And more than just culturally vibrant, we have now new challenges, environmentally friendly, deal with the issue of inequity, of marginalization, of deprivation of rights of the poor and the marginalized in the urban setting. So, challenges of maintaining a competitive edge in the construction and housing industries encompass these various complex sectors. We need new buildings. we need to ensure that it is technologically profound, digital requirements, and now with the AI, which must be modern. We require skilled labor. We require compliance or regulatory compliance. We understand, have to anticipate the fluctuations in market demand. But I must emphasize the cultural vibrancy. Our architects are trained mainly in the West, or even here, but not a Western sort of a construct. Fair. And I'm pleased to note that many of our architects, including the young ones, are more familiar and committed to ensure that what we build is, what we show is not just any other city, it's not just a concrete jungle, from the green jungle, green lung, to the concrete jungle. It's all the same throughout the world. It has to have character. It has to be culturally vibrant. And in context of Malaysia, there's the indigenous culture, there's Malay or Chinese or Indian, which is part and parcel of a community. And if you look beyond to Sabah and Sarawak, you see this fantastic, vibrant cultural mix from the Dayaks to the Kadazans to the Muruts, etc. And it will be shameful if we do not take those features into consideration in either planning or crafting or building. So it is important for developers and architects, planners, policymakers to ensure that it is culturally vibrant, it is modern and technologically sound, but environmentally friendly, and it takes into consideration the requirements of all sectors so that you don't have the repeat of a tale of two cities. One sector for the very rich, one sector for the poor and the downtrodden. It must be a new tale of one city that is inclusive, designed to foster innovation, promote sustainability, and ensure that the industry remains competitive on a global stage. Now, we are fortunate to be in ASEAN, the most peaceful region in the world, with small commotion in Myanmar, which is not spreading, fortunately. We are fortunate in ASEAN too because of the value of trust, cohesiveness, and preparedness, commitment to work together as a force. And this is, of course, commendable. We want every single country in ASEAN to benefit from this venture, that we achieve success, economic, social, together. And that is why we take this principle of neutrality to benefit from the experience of the West, Europe, United States, and now with China. We don't need to be apologetic. I need to reiterate this point because I've been, even personally, been questioned a number of times. But as a region, we have decided that this principle of neutrality is pertinent, is important, to advance not only our integration as a unit, but to advance our country, to ensure that we, both in technological, and here specifically in the construction and housing sector. And we need China, who has proven in the recent decades this phenomenal growth, this remarkable achievement in combating poverty, unprecedented in the history of mankind, or at least in the recent history, and its capacity to adopt and adjust to meet the requirements of modern technology, digitalization, to enhance efficiency and quality. So our Madani government, together with ASEAN, have taken this route. And this route, to my mind, would involve also public-private partnership and collaborating with governments and more so the private sector to jointly develop infrastructure and housing projects. My task is therefore to remind you that whilst we all have to clamor for change and reform and ensure that the pace of development is achieved at a faster pace, we must not forget the core principles and values in life, which demands that we preserve our character. That is why the issue of cultural vibrancy that initially I referred to Mark Twain's observation, and now digital, modern technology, environmentally friendly, and issue of the marginalization of a major sector of our people. Now, so I must commend Komeng for this initiative. He's a very hardworking minister, very loud but very tough. And I'm glad too that that ASEAN is not just a matter of meeting of heads of governments, but ministerial level, and we go right through to heads of departments, agencies, discussing in a robust manner all fields of endeavor. And we share our experience, we discuss, we argue, but we do achieve a consensus. This, to my mind, is very pertinent. And in the housing sector and the construction industry, and of course among architects, should share this and collaborate, as we have seen in many other sectors, and involves not only governmental, but also private sector, on the researchers and students and the general public. We have to move in this sort of, what we say, synergizing the strength of ASEAN. More so now that we have established an excellent relationship, strategic. For Malaysia, it is comprehensive, strategic partnership of China, and we should ensure that this would benefit both ASEAN and China. Last week, fortnight, we had the visit from Premier Li Qiang. I'm glad to say that it was a much anticipated visit, and it showcased the sort of mutual respect, mutual trust, and mutual determination to work together to ensure that both our countries succeed. And now, by leveraging each other's strength, even within ASEAN, to foster what? Innovation. What else? Promote sustainable practices. And through that, we hope to create a robust and dynamic industry landscape that benefits all stakeholders. Now, this is what we call a collaborative approach. And without exaggeration, I must say that among regional groupings, ASEAN is forging in a very dynamic manner, aggressively promoting this sub-region as an outstanding, vibrant region, economically, culturally, and I think or for the future of the world as a showcase that we can work together through mutual trust and with this bold attempt to assist and work. You see, I've avoided talking too much about construction or architecture because that's not my field of competence. And I trust you take this sort of fundamental policy, enshrine our Madani framework, and probably hope to utilize and use that to benefit each other, at least in terms of our planning, because I think that has been my concern, which I've expressed a long time ago, because sometimes developing countries were just chasing in the race to achieve progress and success with monumental buildings, but devoid of that character, which is essential in any country and region. So I must thank you again, our Kong, Mr. from China, and all our colleagues from ASEAN and their representatives, and more so the minister and the housing industry, and for giving their support and ensuring success. So terima kasih banyak kepada saudara dan saya ucapkan selamat maju jaya.
Thank you very much, Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri. And Datuk Seri, please remain on stage for the launching ceremony. And with this, I'd like to invite Yang Berhormat Tuan Nga on stage to join the Prime Minister, accompanied by PAM President and CIS President, for a photo session to mark the collaboration between MROC and Archidex. Gentlemen, big smiles for the cameras. Thank you to the VVIPs, ladies and gentlemen, to officiate the launch of today's ceremony. I'd like to invite the excellencies from the ASEAN member states and People's Republic of China to come on stage for the launch. Excellencies from the ASEAN member states and People's Republic of China will now take their position at their respective LED stand. Now, VVIPs, I'd like you to place your right hand slightly above the LED stand in front of you. And on a count of 3, you will touch the LED simultaneously. And that will mark the launch of the opening ceremony. Now, are you ready? Are you ready? On my count, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, MROC and Archidex 2024 is now officially launched. A big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now invite the VVIPs to move forward on the stage for an official photo session. photographers in front of you. And now the VVIP will pose for the ASEAN handshake. Thank you, VVIPs. May we have all the VVIPs to return to their seats. However, I'd like to request for you to remain standing in front of your seat, as now the photographers will move on stage to proceed with the next photo shoot. May I have all the VVIPs to stand at where their seats are? Now the photographers will move on stage and take a photo together with all the audiences in the hall. And for that, I'd like to request everyone in the hall to stand. Please stand.